Hi, my name is Tabitha Taylor. I stand in front of classrooms every day and teach students regularly, and this video is what's causing me most anxiety. It reminds me a lot of the Zoom year when we taught online, and having to see yourself on the camera is a struggle for me. But the purpose of this video is to highlight strengths and room for improvement when it comes to teacher dispositions. When you consider the 10 dispositions, it's hard to think that any are more important than others. They are so intricately woven together that it takes all of them working together to make a great teacher. I do think that it's important that a teacher can identify their strengths and weaknesses, though. The 10 teacher dispositions listed in the Model Code of Ethics for Education, or the MCEE, are fairness, professional conduct, curiosity, honesty, compassion, advocacy, dedication, reflection, respect for diversity, and high expectations. I think personally, one of my strongest dispositions is compassion. I work hard to see the whole student, not just the learner. In my current position, I'm an interventionist for 7th graders. These are the students that struggle for a multitude of reasons. There's usually a lack of parental support or knowledge of how to help. Compassion and high expectations has set up a safe environment for my students in our classroom. They know my expectation, and although they sometimes challenge it, they also respect and work hard not to disappoint me. I have come to the realization that I may be the first one prioritizing their education. They just don't have that at their home. The family dynamic has changed over the years, and parents are seemingly less involved. And this is my second quarter with them, but I'm seeing huge improvements already just from setting those high standards. We've built trust, and they know when I say something, I mean it. Building those relationships is incredibly important, especially with the type of students I have. Setting expectations that are high sometimes means each student has different expectations and different goals. I get to know their interests and out-of-school activities. I converse with them regularly, and I see them in my community all the time. It's not often that myself and my family go anywhere in this city without running into past or current students. As such, I always have to display professional conduct even when I'm not at school. Curiosity and reflection are two of the dispositions that I know I need to spend more time focusing on. Curiosity is a disposition that promotes ongoing learning. It fosters creativity and critical thinking. When you as an educator demonstrate that, it encourages students to as well. I feel like I'm currently doing that by being enrolled in this program, but I also need to explore other ways to motivate and incentivize students. Time constraints often restrict that, but I have started incorporating restorative circles as a social emotional learning tool on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm learning that students like to converse and express themselves. I'm also surprised by what they choose to share in a group setting. Curiosity fosters empathy and understanding, so making sure that disposition isn't undermined is important to me. Reflection is another tricky disposition. I do feel like I reflect on how lessons, class periods go. However, there's always room for improvement. Sometimes days and hours get lost in the busyness that is middle school. Reflection does not only mean how I can improve, but can also give me time to see the smaller victories. Victories for the day may mean the student who typically has 10 missing assignments completed 3 or 4 in one class, or the student who falls asleep shares during restorative circle that their parents are divorcing, which helps build the community in the classroom and builds trust. I need to remember those things are equally as important. I think adding indirect feedback from admin this year, now that I get observations, will help me stay focused on being the best teacher I can be. So again, educators in a capacity should demonstrate all the dispositions to create a safe and welcoming classroom. While each educator will have strengths and weaknesses, it is imperative that they continuously work and acknowledge all of those. The 10 teaching dispositions create simple outline for expectations to help make our youth successful. I think that a lot of educators don't feel supported in their building by administration or their community which they serve, which often results in losing sight of some of those dispositions. By restating the respect in the classroom, teachers can focus on the professionalism and career they entered. I enjoyed ranking the dispositions this week, and although I found it hard to order their importance, having a name and description to the expectations allows me to focus on specific traits. I can think of an individual I work with that masters each one of these qualities. So I'm kind of collecting data, and I'm taking in all those teaching styles for the teacher that I want to be when I have my own classroom. And I can emulate the most positive traits of my teaching mentors that I get to be around daily. So thank you very much. I hope that explained everything, and have a great day.